Nike is one of the leading manufacturers of sports gear and uniforms inside of the United States of America. However, Nike wasn't always the largest manufacturer of sports gear and had to climb to the top after just starting as some random shoe company called Blue Ribbon Sports. Only a few people could have predicted that a Stanford business graduate and a running coach at the University of Oregon could have known that Blue Ribbon Sports will be as big as it is today, and the word Nike be known to 97% of the people inside of the United States of America. Nike has not only changed how the sports industry works inside of the United States of America, but also has developed shoes and technology throughout the world. One night, Phil Knight woke up with a nightmare that his life had no purpose and that he had nothing to live for in life. But that wasn't a dream. Phil was unsure what to do with his life and had nothing to lose, so he went to the University of Oregon. He wanted something to change, and going to college was his one chance to get a purpose in life. Phil Knight then went to the University of Oregon and began by studying journalism. And there is when he got into running, and he met Bill Bowerman, a coach of the University of Oregon running team. Phil and Bill became good friends, and they knew they wanted to work with each other in the future. But after graduating in 1959, Phil got an Army commission and served in the United States Army for 1 year. After serving in the Army for a year, Phil Knight went to Stanford's business school to get a business degree. After Phil graduated from business school at Stanford, him and Bill felt they wanted to do something with their life, and that's when they came up with the idea to sell running shoes. Phil then went all over Europe and Asia touring famous landmarks and trying to find good running shoes. And then Phil came upon Japan and knew this was a place to find running shoes. Phil looked at a ton of running shoe producers in Japan. He came upon the Onitsuka Tiger Company. But Phil knew he wouldn't be able to partner with them without a company, so that's when he came up with Blue Ribbon Sports. After convincing them that Blue Ribbon Sports was a huge sports shoe brand in America, they said yes. Phil then ordered 200 pairs of Tiger shoes, which would arrive in late 1963. Bill then invested $500 into Blue Ribbon Sports in order to become an equal partner with Phil. And then Phil began to go to track meets in order to start selling these shoes. In the first year of Blue Ribbon Sports, they made $8,000, and by 1970, sales were up to $300,000 a year. Phil knew Blue Ribbon Sports needed a new name, and he remembered when he traveled 10 years ago that the Athena Nike Temple was one of the favorite places he visited. And that's when they knew Nike was a new name for Blue Ribbon Sports. They also needed a new logo, and that's when they met Carolyn Davidson, a graphic design student at the Portland State University. Caroline created the iconic Nike swoosh, and Phil paid her $35 for it. Little did they know that the Nike swoosh would be worth over $26 billion in the future. In 1977, Nike introduced their new ad, "There is no finish line," and this got Converse and kids very mad. Then the next day, Nike woke up with a $25 million bill from the U.S. Customs Services due to Converse reporting for an old U.S. law which made them pay an extra $5.50 for each shoe they sold, as they were importing the shoes from out of America. $5.50 may not seem like a lot, but if you count how many shoes they sold, it was. There was also one slight problem. Nike hasn't made $25 million yet. Nike knew you didn't have to just pay $25 million immediately, and with some fighting, good advertisement, and time, they made $150 million in 1979, which allowed them to pay this $25 million fine pretty fast. Nike was on a roll. It was 1985, and Nike felt they needed a new partner to help grow Nike even bigger. That's when they found the prodigy Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was an average rookie ranked third in the draft, but Nike felt a third-ranked rookie would be able to help them. Before 1985, Nike stuck to running shoes, but now they wanted to expand into the basketball shoe industry as a whole, and that's when they created the Jordan brand. By the end of the 1985s, the Jordan brand had made Nike over $100 million and this also made Nike and Michael Jordan famous throughout the athletic world. Kids throughout the world were wearing Nike shoes, and the Air Jordan shoes were the most popular shoes in the world in 1985. Even today, Air Jordan shoes are worn by millions of people each day, and has generated Nike close to $20 billion. In 2012, Nike signed their first contract with the Professional Sports League. This league was the NFL. They signed this contract for $1.1 billion in order to become the producer of all their uniforms and game day gear for the next 10 years. By also partnering with the NBA, MLB, they are able to work on many things such as adding chips into NBA uniforms. This would allow them to get more accurate data on the players and the game. This would allow televisions to be more accurate and the fans to get more accurate data on what is going on. Nike has changed the sports industry and how uniforms work and how they are produced. They've stated they continue to strive in developing uniforms and partnering with different sport leagues. Nike has continued to improve their connections with other brands each year, such as Converse and different people in order to help stop racism. In 2020, Nike, Converse, Michael Jordan, and the Jordan brand donated over $150 million to different agencies supporting and breaking barriers of color. This has allowed more opportunity to be given to all people no matter who you are and what skin color you have. Nike never fails to change the sports industry every year. From the founding of Nike to 2024, they've done so much, such as helping stop racial barriers to improving new types of tech into uniforms, and Phil coming so far from thinking he has no purpose in life to being the founder of the largest shoe company in the world. The world is so big, but everyone has a purpose in life. If you don't think you do, you just need to find it.